Factorization Part 4. It'll help if you watched Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3 as we go through basic factoring and factoring trinomials. So today we're going to be factoring by grouping. So question 1. ax plus ay minus bx minus by. So here we see we have 2 common of a. We have a common in the first term and the second term, and for b we have b common in the third term and the fourth term. So what we can do is we can just factor out a into this. We can split this up into one part, and we can split this up into 2 parts. So this becomes a multiplied by x plus y, because when we distribute, it'll equal this. We're just factoring out a from this, and then minus b times we're taking out b from these 2 terms. So it becomes x plus y again, because we already factored out the negative, so the negative is just a distribution. So if you were to put this back into its original form, you'll get the same thing. So now this equals, so here we have a common of x plus y in both of these. A is getting multiplied into x plus y, and negative b is also getting multiplied into x plus y. So a and negative b, they're both getting multiplied into the same thing. So what we can do is we can just put this as a term itself. So a minus b, and then x plus y. We only need to write this once because over here we're implying that these 2 are getting multiplied into this. So this is the answer for our factoring by grouping question for question 1. Question 2. X cubed minus 4x squared plus 2x minus 8. So now we do the same thing. We split this into two terms. So this is one term and this is another term. So for term 1, we see that we can take out common x squared. X squared is common in both of these numbers. So this equals x squared bracket x minus 4. And then now for term 2, we have plus bracket. Now 2 is common in both of these, so we can just factor out 2, and then it's x minus 4. So again, we now see that we have a common number of x minus 4 in both of these. So we do the same thing as we did in our last question. So this equals bracket x squared plus 2 and x minus 4. This x squared and 2, they both multiply into the same number. So we're just implying that this whole term, both of these numbers multiply into this. So let's move on to question 3. Question 3. A squared minus b squared minus ac plus bc. So here again, we can split this into 2 terms. This as one term and this as one term, because this, if you remember from part 1, you'd know that there's a formula for this. A squared minus b squared equals a plus b times a minus b. Now, if you look at part 1, you'll understand this more and see some questions about it. So it's recommended that you watch part 1. So now we can just write equals, so we can just write this out. A plus b and multiply by a minus b. So now we're looking at the second term. So let's put our minus first. Then we see we have a common of c in our 2 numbers. So then c bracket a minus b. Now I put a minus because when negative c gets multiplied into negative b, we get positive bc. A lot of people, what they do is they put a positive here. It's a very simple mistake, but you need to remember that a negative times negative equals positive. Now, if you were to put this back to its original thing, it would be the same as negative AC plus BC. Next, what we would do is, we have a common of A minus B in both of these. We can imagine this as a term and this as a term right now. So negative A minus B is common between both of them. We can just write that out. And then now we see that a plus b and negative c, they're both getting multiplied into a minus b. If you remember from our last question. Our previous question, we did the same thing. So now we make another bracket and we put a plus b, and we add this negative c into the bracket because they're both getting multiplied into this. What we're implying is that all of these numbers are getting multiplied by these two numbers. So that's the answer to question 3, and let's move on to question 4. Question 4. X squared y plus y squared z plus x squared z plus y cubed. So here we're going to do the same thing we did in our previous questions. We're going to group two terms. So x squared plus y can go with x squared plus z, and y squared z can go with y cubed. So let's rewrite that question. So that equals x squared y plus x squared z plus, I'm going to write this because like it has a greater exponent, so y cubed plus y squared z. So now we're just going to factor this. This is going to be one term, and this is going to be one term. So here first, for our first term, we see that x squared is common in both of our numbers. So this equals x squared. We can take that out and factor that. And then we're left with y and z. So y plus z. And then now our second term is going to be plus. So we see that y squared is common in both of these numbers. So we can write y squared outside the bracket. And then we can put a bracket. We have y plus z left over. So now we have two common terms, y plus z, in our two terms. So now we're doing the same thing we did in our previous questions. So these two numbers are getting multiplied into y plus z. So what we can do is we can just add that into one whole term. X squared plus y squared is one term, and the second term is y plus z. And now we found our group factorization answer to our question. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more videos. You should watch our previous videos for factorization, as they'll really help you with this video and the videos afterward. That's it. Bye.